John Cena just turned heel with The Rock selling his soul in order to become the new World Heavyweight Champion, siding along with someone he has mutual respect for. And they had their odds at WrestleMania 40. But wait, does this make John Cena part of the Bloodline? The reason why I say that is because while John Cena has had his ups and downs with the Bloodline, and he was obviously a part of the Bloodline's rules match where he did help out in order to aid Cody to victory. Does this make John Cena a member of the Bloodline? I wouldn't say so, in my opinion, because he's only there for a temporary time until eventually he does go and retire for forever. I still can't believe it. But I think John is, quite frankly, he's there to fulfill his dream sort of aspect. And that dream is to win the record-breaking 17-time championship from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And I think with this dynamic, you have to be wondering, what does the new Bloodline think of this? Especially Solo Sikoa. Okay. Hear me out first, please. The reason why I say Solo Sikoa is because we do know that John was beat by him at Crown Jewel many years ago, and we know that they don't have the greatest animosity towards each other. And the reason why I say this is because I think this could make the Bloodline something a bit more interesting now. Seeing as The Rock has John as his disposal, you would have to wonder how they feel about it. And I think with that, it could give the Bloodline something interesting to do. I mean, I still believe that among all of the Bloodline members, we all know that Jacob is going to be the one who is going to invest in that crowd no matter what. And Tamatanga, I mean, let's just be honest, he already has a Hall of Fame career, no need to do anything more. But I think he can still have a pretty good, not feud, but interesting storyline with John Cena. And Solo Sikoa, okay, that's enough. In some way, could be a weird storyline factor. In a way, I think this could make Solo Sikoa, I wouldn't say this would turn Solo face, but it will at least give him a fighting storyline on why he feels the way he feels with John Cena. And he wants to get his hands on Cody Rhodes too. So I assume that would be something of a clashing between these two again, but instead of Solo absolutely annihilating John and Solo getting no pop, I think this should go the way Final Stance. And this time, what I think should happen is that Solo Sikoa should be the one to lose, and it would be The Rock deciding who to help on one of those occasions. And he would obviously be picking John, and Solo would be surprised by that. And I don't know if this would give him a reason to slightly turn face, but I think this dynamic, this storyline could possibly make the Bloodline a bit more interesting, because we haven't really been seeing them very often. And yeah, I know the Bloodline, Silver War, the Ulafala, and what have you have been already done. They were great matches. They're just in a frenzy to find out what's next for them, and they're starting to fade off into the distance little by little. And I think this heel turn could be something that at least brings the faction something to do, because I think with this, you could have the possibility of, with Solo Sikoa having a face turn, which I'm not sure many of us want, but it is interesting to see how they could take it. And Jacob could be one of those rising stars, because we all know if there's anyone who could relate to Umaga, it is likely to be Jacob. Sorry, Solo, but we all know that Jacob with that moon soul, and I think that should be how John fights Jacob, because after Soul Sokoa gets beaten by him, I'm believing Jacob's gonna step in and be like, no, why you do that to my boy Solo? And then we could have that a good representation feud with those guys. I'm already aware that this could highly not happen, but it could very well happen, because you have so many months to do so many things with John until he retires. And why not get a rising star out of it with Jacob, with maybe Solo and Tamatanga? Well, Tamatanga is already a Hall of Famer, but we don't need to reference that anymore. With these last remaining months with John Cena, I feel like we could just go on any avenue with him and create these great storylines. I know that there's, one with Roman, one with Cody, obviously, Seth, Punk, etc. It could go just about anywhere. But we have to realize that, the year is passing by fast, and you realize that it's gonna go by fast, just like every year is. And we need to utilize what we have right now. And I just think with the Bloodline being as boring and pretty much over, I think this could be the one last thing they do before, they go behind the barn and shoot it with a rifle, just like Old Yeller. Check out my videos. Thank you so much for watching. And STARZ Unite.